Great to see you guys. This is Max and welcome to another video answering some questions on CS card questions. First things first, I wanna say I'm so sorry. I sleep in the front of the air conditioning, so I got a cold and my voice is kinda broken, but it's no my major thing that some only some pain and some little inconveniences. So yeah, let's get started. The question that we have today is from Mammoth Savings 911, and it says, how do I nicely tell a recruiter I don't want to go through the application process due to technical tests? And the question says, I applied for a job and they did an initial phone screening, then sent me 4.5 hours worth of times technical test. Oh my god, for almost 5 hours of technical test is a lot. The longer technical test that I did, at least as in an online format, in Gorilla Test or something like that, was of 2 hours long, but almost 5 hours is a lot. I suppose that probably is a project that you might need to do locally, but don't know. So I'm gonna continue. And if I do well on them, they will schedule an interview. So you have the standard phone screening and the online assessment. But the thing here is that the online assessment is quite long. So yeah, it generates a lot of doubts. If you wanna or not continue in the process. I immediately told them this is excessive and unnecessary. Okay, I agree. So they say I can just do 1.5 hours one instead. So I don't get it. I mean, why did they send the 5 hours one if 1 or 2 hours is enough, right? So yeah, but now I have been interviewing for other companies and realized that I am actually not interested enough in this company to do these tests. I mean, on top of the 1.5 hours, I'm also going to have to study for it, and honestly, it's a bit weird. I got you. I mean, it's not like a matter of only opening the link and start writing. Sometimes you might need to study. For example, I interviewed for a Nest, no, not Next, Nest, the backend framework on JavaScript that is kinda similar to Angular, and because my Nest skills were kinda rusty, I managed to study for like 2 or 3 days to recover most of the knowledge that I acquired in the past like 2 years. I did some next from 2018 to 2020, something like that. So yeah, it was like 4 years ago. And sometimes that how is the JavaScript ecosystem that could have lot of changes in a so short time. if you try, for example, to study something like Django, you might notice that most of the old tutorials are still serving their purpose, except the ones that are from Python 2 or for some more little specific detailed things in Django itself. But yeah, the changes from the first versions and the current ones are like minimal except for the async, right? But yeah, you need to study, and on top of that you need to do like 5 hours of technical tests and also timed is pure madness. And also this guy, this or pal is interviewing, so time is quite scarce. So yeah, so the question is, so how do I nicely tell them I'm no longer interested and will not do the test? Would it be bad if I just try up, say I started interviewing for other jobs and realized that these tests are excessive and a bad reflection on the company, as I know through your other employees that they were not required to do this test? I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. Yes, what you are saying is true, and I agree. I totally agree with you, but it's not doesn't sound polite to say that straightforward. Remember that at the end of the day, you wanna get a job, right? So you won't gain anything if you don't be diplomatic, and I think that this is kinda excessive. Yeah, we know that, for example, lead code isn't the best reflection of someone that is a good developer. There are developers that have like 10 or 20 years developing, and you put them to do a lead code, they are gonna fail. And for me it's kinda reasonable, because lead codes are like specific problems. Yes, they are related to some data structures, but are more like puzzles, right? Something that you need to build piece by piece. If the word isn't the word, if I mispronounce the word puzzle, I don't know. But yeah, the thing is that um, what I was saying, the tests that you are gonna receive if you are interviewing are most of the time not realistic for Python positions. And in my case, having like 13 years of experience, I received tests that have things like what is a class, or what are the object oriented programming principles. And for me it's like kinda basic. Why are they sending those kind of tests in my case if I am applying for senior positions? Why don't they send more charged, more heavier test in order for at least assess a more correct level? I know that sometimes it's a filter, but it doesn't make any sense to send the same pre-filter that is automatically corrected for a junior and for a senior position. What are you filtering? And also, it's true that we are having um, a weird market, a weird market, one in which I'm having, like, for example, from 5 to 7 or 8 interviews in companies that aren't a fund related ones. There are like, they are like little companies, or in some case startups, so it doesn't make any sense to have that kind of interviews, right? Or that lengthy processes. So in order to answer the question, I'm gonna say, think if the things that you wanna express are polite. I don't think so, because it's pretty straightforward. The thing that you could say is that, thanks for your time and for choosing me in the first and second step of the process. I unfortunately, or I'm afraid to say that I'm gonna drop from the process as I decide to continue with other companies with shorter shorter interviewing processes, something like that. But don't give it enough, don't give too much details, right? Because every company is a war, and you don't wanna be blacklisted from recruiters, or be passed as a, a an impolite person, right? So do what you do and do your thing, and keep focusing on the interviews that you are at least enjoying for the position that you are targeting. And yeah, drop that process, and don't be guilty, but don't, how to say this, don't don't make your don't make your hands dirty saying things that you don't need to say, right? um, I think that this is my advice, and I'm doing the things that I say, right? I mean, I was in similar situations, and the most recent ridiculous one was like, I offer for some money. Okay, that was my pretended salary. They say, oh, we are not gonna pay that. We could do like 15% less. I say, okay, no problem, I could adapt. And they I took like 5 steps of the interview, that includes things like speaking in English, and writing, and some two technical tests that were online, and for sure the screening, and talking with people in the company, because it's a software factory. And if you don't know, a software factory is a company that tries to do staff augmentation, so to get some developers and assign those developers to projects in the that are from, for example, Canada or United States or Europe, because I'm currently living in Latin America. So yeah, they do that and get a big and cheesy cut from the total that those companies are paying. And I wrote them in order to know if they are gonna continue the process, and they say, yeah, we have an offer to make. We have an offer for you, Max, but is less than the things that you are pretending to have, right, in the amount of money. And we spoke for like 5-10 minutes, and it was like, yeah, it's 60% less. And I was like, what did you say? And also no part-time off and no benefits and a contractor position. It was like straightforward slavery. So yeah, I didn't, that didn't trigger myself. I mean, I say I was kinda polite and say, oh, okay. I ask, for example, why are you considering me for this position? And they say, yeah, we aren't really taking you into account. It's more like a staff augmentation thing. So they don't think that it's worth to pay she didn't say this right, but my conclusion is that they don't think that it's worth to pay the 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 price that the person that is not worth to pay for the value of the person, but more like for having one person. Doesn't matter what, who is on if it is a dog or any other thing or animal, right? So yeah, and the worst part is that it wasn't the last one. I mean, they do their offer to me, and I still had one more step in order to be selected or not. And the last step is an interview with the client. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it's what it is. I police say that I'm gonna think about that, because the money is like a lot less. And also at the start of the process they already dumbbell me, so it doesn't make any sense to do two times straightforward or in succession at least. So yeah, I'm probably gonna say no thanks for your time and for choosing me for the first, second, third, up to the 5 process, to the 5 step. And unfortunately I decided to go with other companies, because for at least for me, yeah, the money is important. I need the money to have a better life quality, and to provide my wife and my dogs and my rabbits and the little turtle with food and commodities. But the thing is that there are, you wanna work in a place that respects you, and a place that don't bolt you 2 times in a row, and with a straight face say that they don't choose you doesn't matter. And I know already part of the company. I am interviewing in the interviewing steps. Isn't a place that is worth to spend my time working on building software, right? So yeah, this is my advice, Mammoth, Mammoth Savings. So hope that it helps at least a little. And again, sorry for my broken voice. I catch a cold. So hope to feel better in no so much time, right? So yeah, take care and bye.